"What a bus," sniffed Mr. Swill. Snatching back his screwdriver, he stomped out the door. "We wanted a unicorn," wailed Ashley A and Ashley B in unison. "But these are Burmese speckled guinea pigs," said Mr. Jupiter. He held the cage, complete with food, water, and an exercise wheel, up high so everyone could see the two beady-eyed, brown-spotted creatures huddled in one corner. "Get serious," snorted Stanford. "Guinea pigs are guinea pigs." Lenny stepped up for a closer look. "I don't see anything special about them. They look exactly like my third-grade guinea pigs, which looked exactly like my second-grade guinea pigs, which looked exactly like my first-grade guinea pigs, which looked exactly like my kindergarten guinea pigs, which looked exactly like, you got it, my preschool guinea pigs." Victoria gave her hair a flip. "Really, Mr. Jupiter, I thought you were more original than this. Guinea pigs, Dolorama." "Victoria's right," said Calvin. "All guinea pigs do is eat, sleep, poop, and escape." End of story. The fifth graders turned their backs on the guinea pigs and flopped back into their seats. "I see," said Mr. Jupiter. Without saying a word, he went back to the cage and put it on. He went back to the table and set the cage on the back table between the scale model of a Taj Mahal and a Camarasaurus skull. He picked up the teacher's copy of 192 Countries Everyone Should Know. Just then, Amisha burst into the classroom. "What did we get?" she cried. "A Komodo dragon? Two-headed cobra? A dodo bird?" "Guinea pigs," grumbled Emberly. "We got guinea pigs." "Oh, no," sobbed Amisha, crossing her legs and bouncing from foot to foot. "Here comes my disappointment." She dashed out the door again. Mr. Jupiter studied his students' crestfallen faces for a moment. That means they're really sad and disappointed. And then he said, "Let's continue with our study of countries, shall we? When we left off, we were learning about Austria. Let's review. Rosa, what is the capital city?" "Vienna," moped Rose. "Yes," said Mr. Jupiter. "And what is its official language, Humphrey?" "German," pouted Humphrey. "Correct," said Mr. Jupiter. "And who, Melvin, is the country's most famous musician?" "Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart," sulked Melvin. "That's right," said Mr. Jupiter. "Now, class, please take out your kazoos. Together we're going to play the Allegro from Mozart's Serenade, number 13, for strings in G major, more commonly known as A Little Night Music." Grudgingly, the children dug their kazoos out of their desk. They raised their kazoos somberly to their lips. And a 1, and a 2, and a blow that kazoo. The class filled the half-hearted strains of Mozart's famous first chords. La 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 la. And in the cage, the guinea pigs rose up on their hind legs, threw back their brown-spotted heads, and answered in a high-pitched, squeaky song. "Eek, eek, 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 eek." "Whoa, did you hear that?" asked Calvin. "I heard it, but I don't believe it," answered Emberly. "Let's play the next line," suggested Rose. "The more gusto this time." The fifth graders played dum dum da 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 da, and with the same extraordinary singing voices, the guinea pigs replied, "Eek, eek, 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 eek." Their enthusiasm at full throttle now. The fifth graders had really belted it out. Da 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 da. The guinea pigs belted it back. "Eek, eek, 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 eek." And the front of the room, Mr. Jupiter snatched up a fossil rib unearthed during the paleontologist dig in the eastern Uzbekistan, waved the bone like a conductor's baton, and cried, "Now, all together." On the downbeat, guinea pigs and kazoos melded into one joyous, melodious, wondrous concert. "Wow," whispered Rachel, when the music finally faded away. "Did you just say something?" asked Ham. replied Rachel. "That's what I thought you said," Ham. Rose shyly raised her hand. Mr. Jupiter, did you know that Burmese speckled guinea pigs are, musical?" "Very musical," he replied. They may be the most musical creatures in all of nature, able to squeak at any tune from Mozart to Motown with a perfect pitch. The incredible thing about them is that once they hear a song, they never forget it. And since Burmese speckled guinea pigs can live longer than 100 years, their repertoire of songs can be infinite. Like an MP3 player? Exclaimed Lenny. Call them E-pods. Mr. Jupiter grinned. Well, something like that. Everyone crowded around the cage to take a closer look at the new class pets. Just then, Amisha burst back into the classroom. Why are you all standing around that cage? Ugh, guinea pigs are so boring. Emberly smiled. Well, that's what you think. And raising their kazoos to their lips, the 5th graders began to play. The moral of the story chapter is appearances can be deceiving. Think about, what does appearances can be deceiving mean? We will talk about that in our discussion tomorrow. See you later.